welcome to episode 8 of the Cards and Cartridges podcast. I'm your host, OG Retro, aka Ryan, and I'm here with my man Chris, aka Koozie Retro Games. Today we are talking about the PSA shutdown. PSA shutting down all tiers below Express and Super Express. We're also talking about when is the time to sell? When are you going to sell your collection? When do you get out? What's your exit strategy? Do you have an exit strategy? Do you want to have an exit strategy?
Please locate your exit buddy.
And then finally, Chris is taking us through a police bust of one of the world's largest video game cheat operations between Overwatch and Call of Duty. So that's pretty wild. Chris, how you doing today, bro?
I'm sitting farther away from the mic this week.
Thank God. We had some complaints.
I'm
sorry. I feel like you know what's gonna be funny though is I'm gonna be the bad because I'm recording from a different location this week just because you know I'm visiting some fam for Easter, and so I don't know, maybe the mic's gonna be super loud on my end. Like who the fuck knows what it's gonna sound like? I'm winging it.
You sound a little loud in my AirPods, not gonna lie, but well.
Not gonna lie, it is what it is.
We'll get into it. But I'm doing good. It's Thursday when we're recording this. We're about to hit a claim sale. I don't got to work tomorrow, so I can afford to drink a little more during the claim sale, which
amazing.
Means the deals get better.
Deals
and I
will
can
be
go
better.
Hunting for some Pokemon cards tomorrow.
Unbelievable.
Finally.
We wish you the best.
Honestly, I'm more looking for Prism basketball than Pokemon.
Yeah,
the flip right now on Prism basketball is insane.
You're one of them filthy scalpers.
Yes. I'll take it with pride.
We're all fucking with you, bro. All right, well let's get into some of these topics, man. Do you want to we're talking about cards. Let's talk about the PSA shutdown. Everyone's talking about it.
Huge. But I think it's huge in a good way.
I agree. What are your thoughts?
So if you guys haven't heard, PSA has shut down submissions besides their Super Express submission, which is $300 per card. They've shut down submissions up until about July, where they're going to start to bring them back in a tiered approach. The main reason why PSA did this was they are so overwhelmed. They were receiving 500,000 cards per week, which is 2 million cards a month.
That's insane.
Thinking about that
just
number.
So you know, like the subs I was getting back were in the 5 millions. So I was getting subs in the 5 millions. And so that means if they're getting 5 million subs a week, up until like 2 months ago, they had only done 5 million subs lifetime. That's fucked.
Listen, the president said they've received more cards in the last 3 days than they have in the last 3 months.
Oh my gosh. So it's growing not only exponentially, but like double exponentially, to the highest.
It's growing
exponent.
At like a 15x rate. This ain't no, he said this isn't no 2 or 3 times increase. This is 15-fold plus. They said their local post office, he used the word, the influx of packages is like a tsunami to our local post office.
Wow. That is crazy, dude.
Imagine if you lived by that post office, how messed up just your regular mail would be.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah. It clogs everything. It's just Pokemon cards clogging everything up in the mail.
Sports cards. And I think they tried to raise prices to, I think, eliminate them having to do this. But even with the raised prices, they still can't keep up with it. So they're going to use this few months shutdown to, over the last few months, they've added 100,000 feet in square foot space, and they're also hired in a couple hundred new employees.
Yeah, I mean that should hopefully that should help them get through the bulk of the submissions and literally the bulk submissions. But then
honestly, it's hard for them though, because like in any business, not even just say you're selling watermelons, like if your business goes up 15 to 20x in the space of a month, you can't keep up with it. There's nothing they can do.
No, it's impossible. My cat's gonna want to go out. I'm totally gonna have to deal with that in a second. We can just cut that out, but it's fine. And so the question for you then is, do you think, are we gonna see similar tactics from BGS and CGC and the competitors?
So I kind of wanted to bounce off that question. So I can go ahead and I researched some of the prices for the different grading companies because PSA also did increase their prices, but I think that we're going to start to see some overflow and some different grading companies start to gain some traction. So if we're looking at CGC, if you're submitting a modern card, usually 1975 to present day, it's about $20 per card, and that's 51 days. Value is $27 per card, and that's 79 days. Economy is $38 per card, and that's 62 days. It also goes off based off of how much the card is worth. So those are kind of some CGC prices. HGA, which is a new grading company, they really try to focus themselves on, right when you log onto the HGA website, it says 10 days means 10 days. So they're really trying to show their turnaround times.
I don't know. I cannot imagine new grading companies doing well in I don't see it happening. I don't see
So
it happening.
their fastest submission is 2 business days, and that's $100 per card, which I mean, $100 per card for 2 business days when you're paying $100 per card for 4 months with PSA.
Yeah, but are you gonna see that
No,
return? Are you gonna see
no,
$100 worth of return because of even if it grades perfectly? I don't think so.
no. It's the status around the PSA label, and HGA is worth like 65%. Like an HGA 10 is worth like 65% of a PSA 10 or whatever.
I would imagine even less.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't imagine it even comparing like that because
And
that's like
then
CGC comparisons. Like CGC is honestly like that.
definitely, and I looked at like Beckett too. I know you've had some experience with submitting with Beckett.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? And how do you feel about their
Well,
prices?
so I just submitted 10 cards at the higher prices. So and not only at the higher prices, I paid the next level up.
Can
So
I ask
not
what you
only
paid per card?
yeah, I think it was $55 or something.
And that was through a bulk submission, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So that's even cheaper than you just submitting on their website as a personal submitter.
Yeah. They're shout out DFW. They're good stuff. But still kind of expensive, like $55 a card.
Oh yeah.
And I think that's the tier is that's still like 3 to 4 months wait time, I think.
Yeah, but it's normally probably like 20 business days or whatever, but it's really going to be 3 to 4 months.
Yeah. But I mean, I'll be honest, the reason I did that because every card in that submission is going to be worth well over $55 when
Yes.
graded. Like straight up. All those cards are bangers.
Mhm.
And they're all and it was a mix of modern and vintage for that sub. And a lot of it is in the personal collection, but there's a couple that I'll sell and like it'll definitely cover the submission cost. So
Definitely.
I'm not too but that's why so with that in mind, using that as an example, knowing that people like myself and others are doing that, I think Beckett is I think we're going to see similar moves from Beckett too. I think they're going to have to slow it down somehow even more than just this
I think
because
Beckett
it's just
will
not enough.
gain the most traction with the PSA shutdown, but I fully agree with you that with PSA shutting down, the cards got to go somewhere. So people are going to start
Yeah,
sending them to. It's just going to be an overflow effect to different grading companies.
right. And it's definitely good for the hobby too. It's amazing to see like this amount of interest in like grading cards and the like kind of higher end collectible aspect of this hobby. It's really cool to see the interest in that. And I really think it's not like a lot of these people aren't just like in it for the money or whatever. A lot of these people are maybe collectors that never had the balls to send in cards to get
Yeah,
graded or didn't know how, or they just realized it was possible and now and
but
or
I think it's more people about the money. I think it's more about the flippers than it
yeah
is kind of doing it for the collecting aspect. Just you look at people like basketball cards have the biggest popularity right now,
yeah
and like the people are just grading the hell out of base rookie cards, and like there's so many base rookie cards out there. Not even like the inserts we were talking about, but like people are talking about like our Zion. Zion's a great basketball player right now. He's hot. He's good. People want him, but our card's gonna be worth money in the future because he's been a rookie for like a year and a half or whatever. he's already got like a 16,000 PSA 10 pop count. Like pop
Wow.
counts mean stuff, people. Like
Yeah,
just
yeah.
whatever. Like LeBron James, I think it's the iconic like LeBron James draft class rookie card where he's kind of holding his jersey on draft day. That's got like a 2,000 PSA 10 pop count. And that card's been around since 2003. So there's still boxes to be opened up. And can you imagine how many Zion cards are in bulk right now just waiting
Yeah,
to be
that's
graded?
insane. Yeah, I don't know about modern sports, man. It just doesn't make sense to me like
I think
that.
we're entering a junk wax era 2.0.
It's very possible, especially, I mean, yeah, yeah. I mean, that population is ridiculous. That's that that speaks literal volumes.
It's insane. It's like, are these gonna be worth something because just there's so many out there?
Yeah, yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know.
But we
And
both agree that this is good for PSA that they shut down.
yeah, definitely a good move. It's definitely a good move, and I think BGS needs to do it too.
I've never
Because
submitted to BGS, so I don't know what their turnaround times or how that process is right now. But I know I submitted 2 Charizards to PSA 2.5-3 weeks ago, and they're just still stuck in the first section, just research, not even research and ID, just accepted.
what did you submit them as? What submission
This was
level?
before the price increase went up to $75. So the higher one.
So what was the advertised turnaround time? Do you remember?
No, but I think I've submitted before with this, and it's about a month.
Oh wow. Yeah, so yeah. I have 2 submissions at PSA right now, both in the grading stage. So we'll see.
I finally had my bulk submission shipped back to me from June of last year.
That's incredible. So I had a bulk from like, I think mine was August. So mine should be, fingers crossed, and that'll be, oh my gosh.
Hopefully they bang it out now when they're shut down.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
I
and
have
hopefully
some fire stuff
that's what I'm saying.
Bulk from
Oh
August.
my gosh. Hopefully I have the nicest, most loveliest grader on that day, and he or she, they just feel a little blessed, and they just want to bless me with with a 10 on that first edition T17 Typhlosion, and then I can I don't know, buy a new car or something, who knows.
Dude, that's what I'm talking. Like, you brought up a good point right there with kind of the grader. It's like, I don't know what kind of the company culture is like inside of PSA right now, and if the graders feel bogged down and overworked. Because I wonder if the graders feel bogged down and overworked. Are they just getting lackadaisical?
Lackadaisical, bro.
Lackadaisical, yes.
Man, you're gonna make me forget it.
With their grading, like, are they just kind of like,
or they just hate everyone?
I doubt they're kind of just like
just throwing out 7s.
Exactly, but if they're pissed off and they're overworked and they hate it, it's like they're not gonna be happy and doing their work.
Yeah,
like whenever I submit, I'm like, I hope my grader had his morning coffee and his poop and he's ready to grade it. He does well.
Yeah, and maybe a donut too at this point, man. What about breakfast? Not only those things, but
yeah,
like, come on. Yeah, dude. So overall good. I think we can move on from that, but good to hear we agree on that, bro.
Yeah.
And if you guys have if you guys have a different opinion, let us know. Let us know what you think is right, you know. All right. How about you tell us about this police bust, bro?
Definitely. So the police have busted the world's biggest video game cheat operation this week. So they call them a gang, but guess what their gang name was?
Oh man. Dragon Master for 2069.
Keep in mind it's basically a subscription service for video game cheat codes. Their group name was Chicken Drumstick.
Drumstick, dude. I fuck with chicken drumsticks though.
But the amount of money they were bringing in was pretty crazy.
What were they doing? What are the numbers?
So they were selling video game cheat codes to popular games such as Overwatch and Call of Duty Mobile. And there was other games too, but those were the 2 main ones they were selling cheat codes to. The group was getting about $76 million in revenue by charging a subscription fee. I'd assume it was per year.
Okay, it's still ridiculous.
Subscription fee. It was $10 per day, up to $200 per month.
Christmas.
So 10 people in this organization were arrested. They seized computers, laptops, all that technology, luxury cars, all kinds of stuff. So kind of the main reason why I want to bring this up is not just a funny topic, but with the growth of esports and tournaments, how big of a problem do you think this could be?
Well, it's interesting, dude. We have one of our favorite members in the stream chat. Shout out Cheetah. Uh Cheetah plays some competitive Warzone, and he complains to me all the time about cheaters in the
Really?
game and cheating and how it's almost not worth playing. Like he loves playing the game, but like he gets so frustrated because it's like really such a problem. And
Mhm.
so hearing that this is hearing if the police are busting it, kind of a good thing. But I think we're only going to see more of it. Unfortunately, there's like a lot of people that want to cheat for
Yeah.
whatever reason. Like, would be it. My friend Cheetah, he was describing it because people want to like. There's real money on the line now.
That's what I was gonna say. Even especially with money being involved,
Yeah,
and it's the money being involved, the clout aspect, the
yeah,
bragging
yeah,
rights of winning, all that stuff. If people can get an edge, they're gonna cheat. And I just think I feel like it's harder to prove it versus live sports. Like if you can tell if like a pitcher's rubbing the bill of his cap to get pine tar on his fingers or something like that. I think it's a little easier to tell that versus some online Call of Duty mobile cheating or something like that.
yeah. No, 100%. And now with everything being like, so we used to have like land tournaments too, where people were flying to like locations and they'd
Uh-huh.
have the computer set up, and that was before COVID. Now with COVID and everything's online, so it's even
Exactly.
easier for these people to cheat and get into these high value tournaments that they're still running because they want to continue to do that. But so yeah, the cheating's a huge problem, and I guess I don't like my buddy's saying like they don't really know what to do, and like I guess
And
the anti-cheat
this was in
software.
China, just to put that out there. This was in China that this group got arrested.
Okay. Yeah, like the anti-cheat software is only so good, I guess. Like,
Because esports is such a new thing. Like they anti-cheat software didn't care when you were in a random Black Ops 2 lobby. But
I
like
mean, yes and no. It did. There was still anti-cheat software back then.
but
There's
not to like the extremes to where you're gonna be where it really matters when you're doing tournaments. And these tournaments, they million
probably
dollar cash prizes and
yeah,
all that stuff. And like
right.
there's now like teams and literally like sports teams.
Yeah.
Esports is taking off and it's only
Yeah.
going to continue to grow.
No, it's a massive industry, and they're gonna have to do something about the cheating. Um, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
And I guess it's good that I know it happened over in China, but I would assume it's happening in other countries and regions. That it's good that the police are
Yeah,
putting eyes on this.
like people I've definitely read articles throughout time about people facing serious law charges for various cheating softwares. Like, dude, I used to play World of Warcraft. Now I
Uh-huh.
used to hand to God, I used to cheat. uh Not like all the time. I played very legit, but like there was this thing called Honor Buddy, right?
Yeah.
And Honor Buddy was a bot that like you would like put it on when you went to sleep to like farm for you, like farm mats or
Oh, I've
whatever.
seen things like that. Yeah.
So I would only use it for like the shitty grindy tasks, like, and then I would play legit like during the day.
Yeah.
But like I would throw it on when I went to sleep, and like it would just fucking play for you and get all the fucking like materials and
Yep. Yep.
mine ore and whatever, and just like do that annoying part of the game for you. So I definitely did that. But where I was going with this is they for the longest time were in various legal battles, and then finally they got in like the mother of all legal like the equivalent of like the Supreme Court in Germany, like straight up, because they're a German based company,
Yeah.
I believe, or UK, one of the two. And they got in some serious trouble. So nobody, and well, that's not to say like there wasn't anybody, but people that were using it who had like the crazy bot farms, running on like 500 accounts,
Yeah.
farming gold and like selling that for real money. Some of them faced legal charges throughout the years too.
Oh,
So
definitely.
it definitely happens. It's wild.
Crazy.
But I guess it's a decent segue to the last topic. Well, last topic for viewer questions, we'll say.
Yes, and again, like if you guys want to be a part of the viewer question of the week, feel free to give us a follow on Instagram at Cards and Cartridges Podcast. Usually every Wednesday. I haven't messed up yet. I'm posting it every Wednesday.
He's really good with it. Shout out, Chris.
Posting on the story. Asking for a viewer question of the week. Ask us anything. You can ask us about cards or cartridges, or you can ask us what our favorite condiment is. I don't care.
You're gonna say something else.
Yeah. What's our last topic of the week, Ryan? We'll move on.
The last topic of the week. So, we were talking about selling virtual items for money, but at what point? We're both collectors, right?
Yes.
And at this point, I would say, man, it's hard to say I'd say I'm pretty 50-50 into games and cards. What would you say your collection is right now?
Heavily games, very heavily games, just because I started cards within the last year, not even the last 6 months. So I think once garage sales come around, and last year garage sales, I was strictly asking for games. If I saw cards out, I would look at them, but now my knowledge of cards has expanded a lot. Just like everybody else getting into cards. So I think at garage sales this year, I'll be more keen to ask for cards and know what to look for. So I can see my card collection really growing over this next year. But right now, heavily focused on games.
Okay. So this will apply. It's good though, because it'll apply to us a little bit different. I can talk about it from both aspects. But the question is, and this question comes basically from a friend I was hanging out with yesterday. He's got an incredible collection. Shout out J Bam. At what point do you sell? We have these, I mean, they're worth a lot, right? They're worth a lot. I'm not going to go into exact numbers here, but they're worth a lot. And if we wanted to sell our collections, parts of our collections, we'll start with a specific question. Is there anything bar like some crazy fucked up accident? Is there anything that would make you sell, let's say, 95% of your collection?
I don't think so. Not right now. And you brought up kind of a crazy accident. I see my collection as something I enjoy. I love it. I play it from time to time, believe it or not. But it's also like if my truck exploded tomorrow, or if my girlfriend or family needed like medical surgery and needed money for it, I could fire sale off my collection and raise the money to like pay for that stuff or help pay for it. So that aside, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Personally, I'm financially stable right now to where I don't need the extra money to sell off my collection. So it brings me so much enjoyment. I've talked to my girlfriend about it. I've been like, babe, we're looking for a house this year. Like, what if I sold off my collection and helped us to the house? Or like our wedding, like if I sold off my collection, like paid for our wedding. And shout out Becca, she's always right that no, I don't want you to do it. Like we will, like we can make the money. We have the money. We're good. We know how to save. We know how to make money. Your collection brings you enjoyment. As much as I don't understand it, and it's just a lot of junk to me, I don't want you to sell it.
That's awesome. Yeah. Shout out supported player twos.
Yes.
And yeah, Katrina's the same way. Like she doesn't quite I try to explain it to her.
Yeah.
She doesn't quite understand it. She likes some of the things. She likes Super Monkey Ball, so she'll definitely always let me have a GameCube.
Yeah.
No, but that's the thing. I don't think I'm kind of in a similar position, at least with most things.
And that's exactly what it is. So most things. Like, okay, so then we were kind of talking about like when would you sell? Like I was thinking about this, and before we even hopped on this call to record the podcast, we were kind of on the same wavelength. And I was thinking to myself, like, video game prices are just going through the roof right now.
Right.
Like, so I have my collection logged in GameEye, and 3 days ago versus today, I have added 0 things to GameEye. My collection has increased $400 in value.
That's insane.
I added 0 things, and GameEye tracks price charting. So just in 3 days, it's gone up $400 in value.
Oh my goodness. That stonks right there.
Yes. So the only thing I would consider selling, and I've really thought about it, was popular stuff that's worth a lot of money. So I thought about Pokemon Gold and Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Those are both worth about $200 right now, case, game, and cart, not even the big box. So I'm like, I might sell my Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver in the next claim sale because I know I'll find those within the next couple months at a garage sale. I am confident I will find them at a garage sale for $3 or $4. So why
That's
not sell them
sick.
now when why not sell them now when they're $200 versus, and I'll buy them back for $2 or $3 in 3 months.
Yeah. No,
I'm not
you're not wrong.
I'm not going to play them between now and July. So I mean, these were $100 games, if that, 3 weeks ago. Like,
Yeah, it's wild. The Pokemon prices are just insane.
I wouldn't sell things like, I wouldn't sell expensive stuff. Like, I wouldn't sell my Snow Brothers. I wouldn't sell Chrono Trigger. I wouldn't sell my Dragon Force, things like that.
Yeah, that stuff's probably only going up.
That stuff you're not going to find it at a garage sale, but every DS lot you get, there's a chance for there to be Heart Gold and Soul Silver in it.
It's very true.
Versus an NES lot, you're not going to find Snow Brothers. So
it's very true. It's a good perspective.
When Corona first started, Animal Crossing on the GameCube shot up to $100. Took my copy off my shelf.
I sold it.
Sold it for $100. Found it at a garage sale for $3 a couple weeks later. I sold my Mario 64 when Mario 64 hit $50 during Corona.
Yeah.
That's a game you'll find 10 times throughout the year.
That's true.
That's
true.
It's
a very good point. There are, and I was again talking to another good guy in the community, ROC Pokemon. It's probably, I'll pronounce it Rock. But it's knowing when to sell, not necessarily like when would you sell, but like knowing literally when to sell and then when to buy back, maybe like refocusing and buying back. Like right now, I am thinking, like, you're gonna hate this, I am thinking about kind of maybe selling off, maybe not going for a full N64 set and just keeping like all of like all the games that mean the most to me, but like sell some of the stuff I've gained and then put that money elsewhere in the collection and then continue to grab N64, whatever.
But I'd kind of have to disagree with you right there, honestly.
Fair enough.
I think N64 is gaining the most traction. So
okay,
thinking about from, I guess, an expensive game point of view, Stunt Racer 2 months ago was a $220 game, and I was looking at Heart Gold. I'm like, dude, I'll sell Heart Gold, make $200 and buy Stunt Racer for $20 or whatever. I'll get an N64 game I won't find at a garage sale versus I will find at a garage sale.
Right.
Laying in bed the other night, I looked up Stunt Racer on eBay, $450.
That's insane. All right, so maybe I'll keep the N64 stuff.
N64 is going up.
Yeah.
Like I said, I traded a PSA 10 Rainbow Charizard for Sculptor's Cut, and that's the happiest trade I've done because I just know Sculptor's Cut's going to go up more in value than the Rainbow Charizard from Champions.
Yeah, I mean, that's brilliant. Yeah, of course.
Love you, Retro Nintendo, if you're listening.
Yeah, Retro Nintendo. I mean, he's a man. He pulled the Charizard on my stream the other day.
I saw that.
But yeah, dude. And so I'll speak on it in the cards aspect a little. So I have both a pretty substantial, any way you look at it, my collection at this point is kind of substantial. I've got multiple like vintage master sets, right? Like pretty much every Wizards of the Coast master set. And then a lot of sealed, a handful of sealed vintage. I'm not gonna say a lot, but a good handful, of sealed vintage product. And then probably 50 slabs, 50 to 100 slabs at this point, and that's not including stuff that's coming back.
Yes.
And then a ton of sealed newer stuff. And so with the Pokemon stuff, a lot of it I think is I'm gonna say it's probably 50-50 liquid versus non-liquid, like stuff I'd sell in a heartbeat even though it's quote unquote in my collection, versus stuff I'd literally probably die with.
No, I 100% agree with you.
Yeah.
That because it's like we're collectors, but we're also investors. Would you disagree?
100%. No, that's right.
yeah, so it's like there are some stuff when the price is right and that number hits you, it's like, all right, it's gone. And if it goes up in value over time, it's like, it sucks, but you made your money then.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, exactly. Uh, so I guess there are not many scenarios that I'd really cash out or sell it all. The only other the scenarios are really just to reinvest.
I keep telling Becca, like, I'm gonna sell my collection when we're 65 and buy us a beach house.
Yeah, exactly. Something like that too. Like, and that's where I'd consider selling maybe like I'd slim down the legendary collection to like only my favorite 10
Yeah.
cards or whatever and sell 100 of those in 60 years
Yeah.
and buy a fucking yacht.
Dude, that's crazy that you can say. So I guess leads into another question. Have you thought about or do you have insurance on your collection?
I do have, so yes, I do. Through my renter's insurance, I pay for like a separate additional like quote unquote collect. I should get specific collector's insurance.
Yeah.
But I do pay for something right now that insures my collection for a decent amount of what it's worth.
Yeah.
I would just, knock on wood. But I think I do want to look into is especially when I get the legendary collection back. I think I'm gonna insure that like super proper.
Yeah, definitely. That's cool. That's awesome to think about. But
Yeah.
like I said, there are very little situations I would sell my collection right, like
Yeah.
full collection right now. Because I've just it's about the money, but it's also I've had so much fun. And
Yeah.
it's like the way I've collected is just finding everything local, finding everything with my buddy Jake, garage sales, local deals. I just go off on my collection, I look at something
Yeah.
like found this in that lady's basement. I found
Yeah,
this
yeah,
at
yeah.
that garage sale. It's like it makes it so much more enjoyable versus
100%.
I bought this on eBay and it was delivered to my doorstep.
Yeah. And again, I do some of that too, but I 100%
Yes.
like what you're talking about more. And I will always keep those items like the SNES sign I have. Like I'm never gonna find that again.
No.
The monitors I have, the Sega Dreamcast stick I found. It's a Japanese exclusive arcade stick found in the middle of the woods, basically.
In a barn, wasn't it?
Yeah, basically in a base. Yeah, in a barn, in a tub, in a barn. It just doesn't happen. So stuff like that, 100% staying in the collection forever. It's cool though. It is fun to kind of play that game or play that exercise
aspect of like it's staying in the collection forever. You have to be okay with it going to nothing. You
have
to be okay with it dropping in value, and I am
100%. Exactly. And that brings up like maybe the final point is like get into this stuff at something you're okay with. Like don't spend your life savings on stuff that you'll be bummed
my
about it
collection has
going to
cost me
zero.
$0.
Right.
So
yeah.
I am in this nothing. So if it goes to zero, it goes to zero.
I can say that about most of my collection. I don't know exactly, but
I've kept a spreadsheet over fully last year, November 2019 to November 2020, and then starting again in November 2020 to current. I've kept a spreadsheet with how much I've spent and how much I brought in.
That's awesome. I'm good at that now, but I can't say like all of time.
Yeah. So let us know how you collect. Is it when is the time to sell for you?
Yeah. Do you guys have like an out point? Is there a specific moment that you'd be like, hey, like there's a fancy new car I want to buy. Like, let's sell my PSA 10 Charizard. Like what, and I guess it totally depends.
It is even crazy to think if you brought this up to Joe Schmo on the street and you told him you're going to sell a Charizard and buy a car, he would look at you like you're on crack.
This is true.
It is,
but hey, we doing that now, boys.
It is crazy that you can even put Charizard and a brand new car in the same sentence.
Yep. It's insane.
Nerds rule the world.
It's true. So
let's get into guys. We got 2 viewer questions for the week. We had 2.
Yeah, why not? 2 viewer questions. Let's do it.
We can decide. We had our first question coming from our boy Nintendo, and Nintendo says, favorite or defining moment since you started collecting, meaning a card pull, a lot pickup, or a grail you found? So I guess we can say that is
I've got like 3 solid ones.
Is your favorite pickup?
Okay. Oh no.
So
Let's do.
how did you take it?
I took it as literally what he said. Like I thought of a good favorite card pull. I thought of a memorable card pull. I thought of a memorable pickup, and I thought of a memorable. What was it? Oh God, what was it? No, there's another one.
It was lot pickups.
Card pull, lot pickup. What was the last thing?
Or grails.
Okay, maybe I only thought of two. But okay. I mean, shit. Favorite lot pickup. Okay, no. Okay, favorite lot pickup was it's probably over. It's definitely over a year, maybe 2 years now. But I messaged this guy. I don't know how it started really, but eventually he let me know that he cleared out like someone's house because he was like a demo dude, like a demolition guy. And he found this like box of video game stuff. And I was like, yeah, like I'll come take a look at it, like whatever. And it turned out to be like insane, like Zombies Ate My Neighbors, complete for the Genesis, like all this crazy stuff, like games like that. Genesis, Nintendo, there was Legend of Zelda, NES in there, like Super Mario Bros. 3, complete in box, like a bunch of CIB stuff for Genesis, for Nintendo. And then I'm taking everything out. I'm going through it. I'm like smiling like a kid. I think we agreed to like $50 for the entire crate. Smiling like a damn child, bro. I get to the bottom and like staring back at me, a beautiful copy of Legend of Zelda Link to the Past for the Super Nintendo, complete in box.
Awesome.
I open it up, maps are in there.
I've got that.
Like so I still have that in my collection. I will never sell that shit. I sold probably the rest of the lot, but that lot pickup was insane.
Yeah,
that was insane. And so like that was a game that I was like holding out on buying too. Like I was like, I never was like, I'm gonna buy Link to the Past CIB. Like I just kind of, I was like, I might find this one day. Like I just kind of had a feeling. Yeah. And so I held out for it, and finding out the bottom of a crate, bro, was so sick. Cause I had no idea. That was like cause sometimes you'll see like pictures on Facebook Marketplace and you'll see like a couple things that catch your eye, and like instantly you're like, perfect. Like I'm a buyer. Cause you see like those 3 things instantly, it'll be worth it.
That's like what I had wanted a garage. Real quick, I'll tell us what my
swoop in.
Me and my buddy pull up to a garage. So me and my buddy Jake, typical. Hey, you got any video games? Yada yada yada. Dude goes, I got a bunch of stuff. So we're sitting there just moseying around in his garage, and you hear thud, and that's just the sound of this big toe, this 6-foot long toe, just hitting the door as he's trying to get out. And he comes and sets it down, and it's just this giant tote full of games, complete box of just everything. And we're just in shock. We're just tingling,
floored.
And we go, how much do you want? He throws out somewhere like $500. We said 3. We even looked through it, so we settled on $400. And just the feeling of when you don't know what's all there, but just by the top layer you can
you're just like, we're fine. And that's the best feeling.
You get home and you actually start going through the stuff, and you're like, oh my
dude.
Like I'm carrying this tub to my car, and my buddy comes walking down the driveway with a Wii Mini in box. He goes, just bought this sealed Wii Mini for $35 off of him.
That's fire.
And I was like, it was just the icing on the cake.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's fantastic. So yeah, those are 2 good. And then, I mean, I pulled one of the first memories of like recently with the Pokemon stuff was pulling a Rainbow Rare Charizard on my birthday. That was insane. That was one of the best memories ever. And I pulled a Rainbow Rare Charizard first day of Champions Path release.
Crazy.
First ETB, 7th pack in. That was insane. Like first time I ever streamed a pack opening on Instagram too. Like just like basically first stream, first everything, and got the Rainbow Rare. So
first my card pull is I pulled a Rainbow Rare Charizard for D Triforce in our live claim sale.
Oh yeah, that was fire.
He bought a pack he bought a pack for $8 and I pulled it, and it was insane. The chat went crazy, I went crazy, you went crazy.
Yeah,
it was insane. But just other pickups, dude. I mean, I've had just the way I collect, I've had so many, and just looking around my collection, I guess 2 grails are my factory sealed copy that's now graded of Smash Bros. Melee.
That's incredible. The fact that you picked that up local in a lot and you didn't know.
Dude, it was sub. It was in my sub. I drove 3 streets over, and my mom was in the car with me. She said, "I'll go with you." So then I thought it was a GameCube lot. You can't tell if it's sealed or not. Just all laid out on the carpet.
Usually,
easily.
yeah. Usually not.
So I grab it from him. I'm just kind of looked at the bag real quick. He's like, "Yeah, I see the seal." I just hand him the money. I start walking to the car and I pull it out, and I'm like, "Oh my God." I got in the car and I was just speechless.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome, dude.
And the fact that I just then graded it myself and it graded a 9.2A is great.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And then
Can't really
my
ask for better.
N64 CD64 plus unit.
So rad
Like,
too. So bizarre.
Bought it off some dude from the hood. And it's like, why did he have it? And it just shows like anybody can have anything.
Yeah.
So and you're never gonna find that.
I'll say one bonus item then.
We could talk about this all day.
I know. We could have a whole
I've got a factory sealed Game Boy Micro. When are you ever gonna find that?
Ridiculous. I have one. I mean, so I'm super into like the professional video monitors.
Yeah.
And so this was something for a while. I was emailing like local and almost like non-local video studios, like, do you have any old monitors? Do you want to get rid of anything? Anything sitting around, I'll come take them off your hands, because they're really big and they just usually get in the way. And now most video studios don't use them, and just they look at it as old technology, just like people do with retro video games.
Yep.
And so I'm emailing this studio, and they were like, yeah, like we have a Sony PVM. It's just sitting in the corner collecting dust. Like, like feel free to come by anytime. Like, come grab it. We're not using it. We'll give it to you for free. And I was like, awesome. Oh my goodness. And then I look up where they are, and it's literally a block away, like walking distance, bro. Yeah. Like not only walking distance, but like I could throw something and probably hit their door. And so I drove my car because it's a 70-pound PVM, but like a free PVM literally a block away. And I had that for, I really enjoyed it for a long time. But then I gave someone, I mean, so to just like, it was a 20-inch PVM. They're going for around $1,000 now.
Jesus.
Like that model is going for around $1,000. And I sold it to someone for $400 locally, all full disclosure. I did end up selling it and making them, $400 on it. But you just never know. And you got to, obviously I put in the work to get it, but it was cool.
Anybody can have anything.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
And our buddy over A Collier 25 on Instagram, he goes, "Boys, how did you all forge such a magical friendship?"
Such a beautiful question, A Collier.
Thank you for acknowledging our friendship. But it all started back in the day when we were wee lads. No, I'm just kidding.
Wee lads on the gram.
So OG Retro Ryan is from New Jersey.
Yeah, but in New York now.
So he lives in New Jersey, but he's in New York now. Or
no,
you live in
opposite.
New York.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, you live in New York. I'm from Michigan. So we have both. I've been on Instagram for 4 years now. You've been on for what, 2 or 3?
Yeah, like 2.5.
Yeah, so about 2.5 years. So we followed each other. We talk every now and then, but I messaged he was going to have a claim sale one day, mainly focusing on Nintendo Powers. And I just had a Nintendo Power pickup, and I messaged him. I go, "Hey, true. I got a bunch of Nintendo Powers. You mind if we go do a live together?" And he was like, "Yeah, sure. Screw it." So we did our first claim sale, and here we are about 30 claim sales later. We started a podcast.
That's insane, dude. We did start it just for Nintendo Powers.
Yep. And then we had one where like, this is fun. I think we'll come back next week. And then
we just kept coming back. It kept coming back. That's awesome, dude.
So don't be afraid to message somebody and ask to be friends, or ask your crush out, or just shoot your shot.
Ask your crush out, guys. It's cuffing season. It's spring. You're looking to find that lady, that fella, whatever, yes. Dude. That person to go claim sailing with. Whatever you need to do it. This is your message. This is your reminder.
This is your kick in the ass to go talk to your crush.
What else? Is that it, man? I think that's it for this week.
I think that's it. We're gonna prep here for a live claim sale. Reminder, usually every Thursday we do a live claim sale on twitch.tv/OGRetro at 8 p.m. Eastern. Yes, if you didn't notice last weekend, we are also starting to publish a podcast at 7 a.m. on Monday mornings. So we hope you guys enjoy that. We did that for our East Coast fellows who are driving to work and they want something to listen to on the way to work.
Yep.
Also, if you haven't signed up for the text platform yet, please do that. Text at Kuzi OG to 81010, and you'll receive text when we go live, when the claim sales are, when the podcast drop, giveaways, feet pics. Just kidding about those.
Yeah.
But it's the cool thing. It asks you for your birthday, and if you're a student, parent, or teacher, you don't have to answer that. If you do, just make something up. But Ryan, thank you for another great episode.
Hell yeah, guys. And next week, we might have a surprise guest. We could be having our first guest on the pod. So watch out for announcements about that. Thanks, guys, for always listening. Hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button wherever you're listening. We really do appreciate you guys.
Peace.